Alright, this is the second read aloud for the Mulan texts. This one is the screenplay entitled Mulan Joins the Army. So I will be trying to do voices for each of the characters, but no promises, I might mess up. So the first thing is this little intro at the top. It's kind of going to set the scene for what we're reading, and then we'll get into the scene with the characters here. And you can see each character has their own color with their own names. Some of you guys have done these before in our small groups where we read out loud like this, so it should look semi-familiar. The legend of Mulan was adapted into a play by the scholar Zhu Wei in the 16th century. The female Mulan joins the army in place of her father, became well known, and made Mulan a popular hero. Since then, Mulan's story has been retold in poems, books, plays, operas, paintings, and movies. In this excerpt from the 1939 screenplay, Mulan Joins the Army, Mulan has just returned home after hunting all day. Her parents scold her because they believe that it is not appropriate for girls to hunt. These were all shot down by you? Of course they were all shot by me. I can't believe it. I believe it. Sister is better at hunting than Daddy. The elder sister quickly wags a finger at the boy and prevents him from saying more. Mulan gives Shulan a loving look. In the future, you can't go out any more. All right. Hurry up and change your clothes. All right. She starts to walk away. Come back. He addresses her as if giving orders. I am punishing you with 3 days of weaving a bolt of silk. You can't come out until it is woven perfectly. Mulan bows angelically. Understand? I understand, Daddy. Father, hearing a sound. Who's coming? Mulan looks outside. An official messenger has arrived, delivering a document. Mulan's father greets him at the door. Is this the home of the Honorable Hua? Just lowly me. Messenger, taking out the document. So it is you. There is an official dispatch for you. Thank you, brother. He takes the letter and from his chest pocket takes out some silver to give the happy messenger a tip. Mulan, delighted, takes aim with her bow and arrow and shoots the messenger's hat off just as he receives the coin. He cowers in terror. We can hear her little brother laughing. Mulan's father picks up the hat and pulls out the arrow, and there are 2 small holes in the hat. The messenger is very upset, and Mulan's father quickly pushes more coins into his hand. Just a little something for you. Weighing the money in his hands, he smiles again. You are too kind. He examines his hat in wonder. What a good marksman! Goodbye, goodbye. After he leaves, Mulan's father angrily rushes into the house, grasping the arrow. The family scurries away, and Mulan is the last attempt to exit. You little good-for-nothing! You didn't believe that I was a good shot, so I wanted to give you a little demonstration. Father moves to strike her with the arrow, and she runs out. Alone in the room, he looks at the arrow and smiles to himself, appreciatively. Then he looks at the envelope in his hand. On it is written for the Honorable Hua to break the seal. Something definitely is happening on the borders, and I am needed again to join the army. He tears the letter open with the top of the arrow in his hand. Mother and father are sitting alone together at the table in candlelight. Father is holding the envelope in his hand. Joining the army this time, it's not certain that I will return alive. You have to take care of all the matters of the household. You are so old, and you haven't recovered fully from your illness. How can you bear the difficulties of the battleground? Cut to Mulan listening from her room where she is weaving at the loom. How can you tell me not to worry? Our country takes care of the troops for 1,000 days in exchange for calling on troops when it needs them. Now that the country is in trouble, every civilian must go to war. Mulan has stopped her weaving and is pressed up against the wall, listening intently. How could I live off the country's support and just stay at home? That wouldn't do. I am not concerned about myself, but I only worry that there is no one to take care of things if there are problems at home. If only eldest son had not died, things would be different. But we have 2 girls. And with Shulan still so young, how could he take my place to join the army to prevent this old man from dying in some other land? Mulan continues to eavesdrop. And that's the end of the scene. So this text was only 2 pages, but hopefully it gives you an idea of how the screenplay is a little bit different from the poem that we read earlier. They're not the same, even though they have similarities, even though they're both about Mulan, even though they're both showing that Mulan has to take on this role of the soldier. They are telling the story in very different ways. And that's what we're going to be focused on for the rest of this week, and I believe part of next as well. So, hope this helped.